Hi everyone, this is Steve. Welcome back to Scale Model Kit Review. In this video I build the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. I am on issue 4, stage 9. Welcome back. Let's look at the instructions for stage 9. And we have a listing of all the parts that are included here for stage 9. Here's the assembly instructions for stage 9. We work on the carburetor and the air filter. We have 4 steps going on, and it's just 2 pages of instructions here. So let me get the parts out, we'll get a closer look at them, and then we'll start this build. Here's the parts for stage 9. I will go ahead and take these out and we'll get a closer look. Here's a close-up of the parts. We received the air filter side, the air filter inlet, and the air filter cover. We received the air filter screw, fuel pipe, carburetor, choke cap, fuel inlet, fast idle cam support, fast idle cam bracket, and the fast idle cam. We also received BP screws, DP screws, EP screws, and GP screws. Step 1, we assemble the fast idle cam, and this has a alignment tab on it. Lines up on the top there. You can kind of see that, just like that. We'll put a BP screw into that. Kind of let gravity do its thing with that. There we go. That looks good there. Now we continue with the fast idle cam, and this has a keyway that lines up. It's going to go just like that on top, and we'll put an EP screw into that. And there it is. Looks great. And to continue on, we install this onto the bottom of the carburetor there, and that simply goes in like that. We are going to use a GP screw for that. And that's what that looks like. Very nice. Very nice, that's what that looks like. Next we install the fuel inlet and choke cap. The fuel inlet has an alignment tab on it. You can kind of see that. It's going to go in on top here. We will put a GP screw into that to hold it in. Looks great. That's the fuel inlet. Next we put the choke cap on, and that simply goes on like that. Once again, there's an alignment tab on there, so when it goes down one way, and another GP screw. Perfect. Looks like they want us to install this. Perfect. So it looks like they want us to install this on top of the engine next. So here's our finished carburetor, and it's simply going to go down on top of the intake manifold, and there is a notch that corresponds with it. We'll simply just press it down, just like that, and that's how that looks. Fits perfectly on there. No glue or screws required. Next they want us to run the fuel line, so I will run the fuel line to the fuel pump. Perfect right there. And then it actually runs to the carburetor. I think I'm going to shorten it some. Because it is kind of long. I'm going to take off, oh, looks like about an inch. And run that to the carburetor. And very resilient it is. That looks good right there. Next we need to install the intake for the air filter, and that just slots in on the bottom there. Kind of see that, looks real good. Install an EP screw to keep it down and locked in place. Looks great. Now we install the air cleaner. Has the notch to line up with the carburetor inlet. And you can see it's got kind of an angle to it off the top of the engine. That is correct. And we take our air cleaner, and it only goes on one way. There is a detent on the bottom here. You can kind of see it just right there. That matches this detent. Might be easier just to line it up just like that, and then we put it down. And lastly, put our air filter cover on, and it has a large detent there that we match up with the top. And they want us to put a DP screw into this. Looks great. And lastly, we have our wing nut that just presses in, covers that hole. And that is it. So as a side note and as a suggestion, You're going to want to be able to remove this for later on stages to install your spark plugs and such items like that. So in order to get that cap and wing nut off easily, just take some Vaseline and lubricate this area with some Vaseline. That way you can remove that wing washer. You can also use one of these gundam tools, which helps you split model pieces together, and that will help remove that cap also without breaking it. And that's what that tool looks like. And you can find that on my Amazon store. And that completes stage 9. We got the carburetor completed on this, fuel line installed, and the air cleaner. Looks great. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. And head over to Eaglemoss and subscribe to this build. You'll love it. Happy modeling, everybody, and take care.